down in the den. So go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome back to Down in the Den. It's your host Mars, aka Marlon Beardo, the bearded weirdo, the Stella Rosa Casanova, and the curator of culture. We are here with another phenomenal episode of Down in the Den, and I am here with some real serious special guests. When I'm talking about guests, it's more like family up in here. I am so proud to bring on, my brother. You've seen him on Down in the Den After Dark, Pot with Petty Conversations, Real Spill, all over the map. And of course, you've seen him on our Oh Hell No special show. He's my partner in crime, one of my oldest friends, literally, age and figuratively, the one, the only, King Petty. What's up, partner? How you doing today? Smoking so good as I can see. How you doing in sunny Las Vegas?
Well, excuse me. Doing pretty damn well. Yeah, it's smoking some cookies, you know what I'm saying? So doing great, getting ready to do this show. Got two more in the can. I got Quay on the episode of Pot with Petty, and I got Petty Conversations coming up, another episode. So then we about to do some Real Spill soon. So, and we bringing Oh Hell No back. So yeah, I'm ready for that.
Absolutely. Let the people know your social and your YouTube page.
All right, yeah, you can find me at Facebook, John Leggett. You can find me on TikTok, King Petty John. You can find me on Instagram, King Petty John, and I think Snapchat is Grown and Petty 44.
Absolutely. And the YouTube?
The Ill Vision Entertainment channel. You know what I mean? It's Pot with Petty, Petty Conversations, Real Spill, Real Petty Spill. And Lord, we're about to go to Twitch, son. So yeah,
absolutely taking over the globe. This next young man that I'm about to present to the Den, the first time in the Den, but not the first time in the family. He's got Real Spill Will dropping all over social media. It's a phenomenal show. I'm a big fan. Partners with my man Petty sometimes on many episodes. He drops the hip hop knowledge. He's a hip hop aficionado, if you will, and one of our oldest homies. Brother, introduce yourself and let the people know exactly where they can find you on social media.
It's your boy Real Spill Will, aka Mr. Spill, aka I'm getting good at this. And you can find me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Real Spill Will TV. And on Instagram, it's Real Spill Will Still. And also on TikTok, Real Spill Will. And on Twitter as well, or X, whatever they call it now. X, I'm on is Real Spill Will on that as well. And I also got the What We Talking About TV channel on Instagram as well with my co-host for my show that I got called Afro Vibes Radio, called What We Talking About. Podcast coming soon. I'm working on curating that as we speak right now.
My man doing big things. Both my partners doing big things, and I love that. And of course, we'll put all of that information in the drop. So when you come and watch the episode, you can link. Do me a favor, follow, and support my brothers, because there's nothing about Black content creators that I don't love than more than what these two gentlemen are doing. So do me a favor, make sure you hit the follow, subscribe to everything they're doing, so you can make sure you enjoy that content when it drops. So this particular episode, the whole reason that we put this panel together, man, I had been listening to a streak of some phenomenal music by some, how do I say it, veteran artists. And it made me think. I'm like, yo, a few years ago, it was the women. You had, your Ice Spice, your Glorilla, your Doechii, and the women was holding it down. But I think this year has been the year of the veteran hip hopper. I'm talking about 40 and up, and
what we call
legacy artists, if you will. Easy listening hip hop, adult contemporary hip hop, whatever you want to call it, is still hip hop. And it made me think. I said, is it time for real bars? Is it back? Is hip hop back to where we left it? Because I'm hip hop since '88. You know, even though I was only 7 years old, I'm still hip hop since '88, thanks to my brother. And you know, anyone who's watched Down in the Den know my story with hip hop. So I wanted to bring my brothers on to talk about who do we think is the best hip hop artist right now, over 40 years old, who's putting it down right now for the over 40-year-old generation, and who we're looking forward to. Then, of course, we're going to talk about something for you young guns with Young Thug and what's going on. So we're going to open it up right now to the floor. Will, let's start with you. In your opinion, we're September, 9 months in 2025. Which hip hop artist over 40, and it could be a group as well, has dropped the best album in hip hop for you right now?
As far as the year, or just in this over 40 in general,
Over
I
40 and a year. We could do both if you have both.
I gotta still stick with Nas. You know, he's been going crazy for the last 4 or 5 years. He done dropped what, like 5, 6 albums in 4 or 5 years,
At
and his
least.
and he's
Six,
in his
6 and 4 years.
and his lyrical content is still potent. He's still up to par. And one thing about Nas I like is like he doesn't he caters to the youth as far as his energy, but his content is relevant to where he is in his life. But he still got that pen moving on a level that's elite. So I got to give it to Nas because he speaks to his age, but he also keeps that young hip hop energy at the same time. And I know that's incredibly hard to do as far as being a rap
Incredibly.
artist, to be able to rap and still magnify the youth and his age group at the same time without compromising his pen and compromising his integrity to who he stands out to be. That's why I got to say Nas, man. Got to
Absolutely,
say
man.
Nas Escobar.
When it comes to hip hop, you can never go wrong. That's the cheat code. You could pretty much answer Nas for any question, and it'll be an acceptable answer. So I can't even hold you on that one at all. Patty, how about
That's
you?
a,
Oh Lord. From what I've heard in the last couple of months or weeks, uh, it's a tie for me. I like Clips, Ghost, and Ray. Each album been magnificent. Like I'm like I can't like like the new rap. You got to skip through an album. If you go and listen to an album, you can skip through and like, oh, I don't like that song. That song ain't going don't fit me well. I couldn't skip through a Clips. I couldn't skip through the whole Clips album. I couldn't skip through the Ray album nor the Ghostface album. Like I was just like I was impressed. Like I'm like this. Yeah, it's time. Like I believe it's time. Like because we got so many people that's like over 40 dropping. We forget that there's AZ out there. We forget that there's like Grand Poobah just dropped. So
Exhibit dropped it for the West Coast. Exhibit dropped
yeah.
one, Kingmaker, early in the year, which was
Yeah,
crazy.
that's fire. That Kingmaker album is oh my god. Like I didn't think that was gonna be like what I thought it was gonna be. And that is fire to me. I love that album. But I really can't pick over 40. But right now, as far as the best album, I still think it's Clips album. It's the Clips. Over 40. Like that's
there's some artists that have dropped. I just got a list right here of some that have dropped this year. Of course, you mentioned Raekwon with the Emperor's New Clothes at 55 years old, bro. 55 years old. Like when we were growing up, there were no 55 years old that damn cool. Period. It definitely. I mean, hip hop wasn't even old enough. It wasn't even 55 years old when we was growing up. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2, 43. Phenomenal project. Phenomenal project. Slick Rick, and piggybacking off of Will talking about Nas. Shout out to Nas, the Mass Appeal label, taking these boutique legendary artists and putting them with the right production and showing that not only can they still do it at a high level, like all these cats are like LeBrons. Essentially, imagine a league with 10 LeBrons, 40 years old and still dunking on it. It's crazy out here. Master Killer dropped one, 56. Yeah. Lil Wayne, 43. Busta, 51. Ice Cube, 56. The Clips, I believe 52 and 48 respectively for those two. That's just a list of some of the artists over 40.
Redman.
Redman dropped a phenomenal project. Like I said, I can't even list. Method Man has dropped some freestyles that has been crazy with the pen game. For you guys now, for every Nas, we got your Will Smith, who it's gone notoriously bad. He tried to make his return back to hip hop, and the patented action star freestyle. Is there any hip hop artist over 40 for you that's like, nah, man, it's time to put the pen down. It's time to, diversify your portfolio, maybe buy some real estate. For me, I was really disappointed with that Will Smith project because I really thought he was going to have an opportunity to do something different, and it was everything that I didn't want it to be. Does any of y'all hit a zoink as far as hip hop artists over 40 for you?
Over 40. If it's, I'm trying to think, but if it is, it's probably somebody I didn't listen to anyway, who I probably didn't think was good anyway, that it didn't have to do with them like falling off now. It was probably somebody I didn't think that was really to par even growing up with them anyway. It's like everybody that I looked up to or that I really go to for the pen, if you don't hear them anymore, it's probably not because they can't rap anymore. It's probably because they just career fizzled out. But that don't mean they still can't necessarily rap to the degree that we approve of. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I've heard this Benzino rapping with these young guys talking about spinning the block, but Benzino, I don't know if he ever wrote his rhymes, and then the guys in Made Men, the other two guys were better than him anyway. So I don't put him up there as somebody that I could really speak to, somebody I look to rap, but I know he just dropped some horrible freestyle that he did just drop, and it's terrible because he sound like he's 19 years old, and it was not good at all. It was almost shameful for him to put that out, to be honest with you.
Bro, I got a funny Benzino story. 1999, I'm in the SGA at Norfolk State University, and we're booking Homecoming. So we have a nice assorted lineup. We got Jagged Edge, we got Funkmaster Flex, we got Nori, we got Big Pun, and we have Benzino coming to the show. This is when Benzino had that song like Booty something. It was just very elementary. Just, ABC 1, 2, 3, booty, booty. But
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that
you know
song
the song,
it was
y'all.
getting some spans back then.
It was getting some spins though, and that's why we booked them. But even then, I'm booking them, but I'm like, whew, this is rough. This is rough because like '99, we got DMX, we got Jay-Z, we got Redman, Meth, we got some really good stuff out there. Nori, Pun, all of this really good stuff. Cash Money, taking over for the 99 2000, absolutely. But I'm just talking about Lyrical Miracle stuff. There's some really phenomenal stuff out there. And Benzino goes and decides to throw money in the audience. Now, I don't know about you guys, but one of the most disrespectful things you can do to another man is to throw money at him. And so he's throwing money at the audience because they was booing him. They were like, yo, we want Nori, we want Pun, we want Jagged Edge, we want Funkmaster Flex, we want anybody but Benzino. He only had that one song to do.
Yeah.
And this guy tries to fight the audience. And we're a bunch of college kids. I'm 17, 18 years old. He was like 40 back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I mean, it was just a hot mess. So I'm not surprised, like you said, that he's still out there trying to act like he's 19 and with his shirt off and no net looking like what was the bad guy on the Mutant Ninja Turtles? Remember that other turtle, Rock with the R, Razor.
Yeah,
Razor. Yeah, he looked like Razor Ninja Turtle. Yeah, man. Exactly. So I'm not surprised at all. So I got Will, you got Benzino, Petty. How about you? Was there anybody that you're like, nah, man, you should have stayed being a grandfather? That Lil Wayne project was a little suspicious.
Oh yeah, that kind of hurt me.
It kind of hurt me a lot.
Well, you saw it. That hurt my soul. So it's between that and Will Smith. But then I seen that Benzino thing. I'm like, oh, like I turned it off halfway. But as far as like lyrics, what I thought, Wayne disappointed me, and then Will Smith didn't disappoint me that bad. As far as his bars in the song, it just the beat didn't go with the like a lot of his shit didn't go together. So, but Wayne, he disappointed me because I was just like, the beats are usually like over the top, dope as hell. None of them. I literally listened to the album and like, dude, I don't even have the album anymore. I deleted it. So, like,
I'm gonna tell you what though.
That's the first Wayne album I've ever deleted in my whole discography of him.
You know where that comes from, right? You know why he didn't sound himself no more? Because when you don't rap with a theme, I mean, we know Wayne is an amazing rapper and everything. We know he can rap, but sometimes we all get caught in. Some people just they could put words together real good, but they don't really have a theme or a substance to what they really rapping about. That's why I said like Nas, he still can give you themes and give you ideas and ideologies behind his music.
Right.
Even with Ghostface and them, they like the Emperor's New Clothes. He had a theme to his album. The Clips had a theme to their album. Wayne, we love Wayne, but he's a rapper. He can rap, but he's always been the kind of rapper that he is and that he was back then. Now it's just it's not working no more because of what he gave us back then. We expected him to give us more of an elevated content, and he didn't do it. He's still rapping and rapping. And I was on the MREC show last week talking to him about certain rappers, and the point is I call it chit chat rap. Like chit chat rap will get exposed after a while, even though it sound good, and you know like even no disrespect to M, but even M used to give us theme music, but now he's rapping just as a competitive nature, and sometimes it don't translate all the time. It doesn't translate all the
The
time when he's
best
just
hip hop,
rapping and rapping.
yeah, the best hip hop is all about a feeling. I'm one of the few people that when they drop Renegade with Jay-Z and Eminem and everybody's like, Eminem killed him. I'm like, Jay-Z is actually saying something. Like there's actual content, there's actual story, and like all respect to Eminem, phenomenal artist. But you're absolutely right. He gets into the art form of compound syllables and rhyming everything to structure to the actual science of hip hop. There's probably no one better at actually constructing words and putting them together, but it doesn't always translate to an actual feeling unless you're one of those people that are simply impressed by putting words together. And there's a million artists, unfortunately, that can just really put words together. But if it doesn't make me feel anything, I'd rather have someone with a more limited vocabulary that makes me feel something. I mean, look at Jeezy. No one is going to say Jeezy is the best lyrical artist at all,
Right.
but you're going to feel something.
You're gonna feel it.
Just from his ad libs alone going to have you like, oh man,
Yeah.
I'll take My President Is Black over pretty much any Eminem song.
And he got better over time. Like after his
And he
beef with
got better
Nas,
over time.
you could tell that he started caring about his lyrics more. He started writing better because if you go from the first album, the mixtapes, to after his little issue with Nas, he started rapping. He started really getting better. You can hear the progression in his lyrical content over the albums. I know I can. I was like, okay, Jeezy, he's always been dope, but I could tell that he's caring about when Nas said hip hop was dead and he took it personal. He did him and Nas, they squashed it, but he did something about it. He took pride in his content, and I can hear it in his lyrics.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then there's some people like Jim Jones who doesn't grow and is stuck in that Peter Pan syndrome
Right.
and has the audacity to attack the god Nas, and it's like, Jim,
Like, come on, man. Don't do
come
that.
on, man.
Wow.
It's some things. It's a term that I live my life by is, stay in your weight class.
There
You know what I
go.
mean? I used to say it ain't a man under 180 pounds alive that can beat my ass. But if Mike Tyson step in the room, all 59 years old, I'm gonna humble myself. What's up, Mike?
That part.
Because it's nothing. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work out. So you got to know your role.
That's a
But
fact.
do y'all hear that?
What's that?
It's smoke time. So we about to.
You got me. He got me.
We can't have the king of pot on the show without a little smoke break. So we're gonna go ahead and light up real quick so we can really dig into this conversation a little bit.
Sir.
I'm like,
Yes,
wait a minute,
sir.
I know
Yes,
I hear
sir.
traffic in the background, but I'm like, huh?
I'm on the
So
balcony, fellas, outside, and out here in Houston, man.
That's crazy.
And like you said
sunny
about
Houston.
Jim Jones, though, like you know what? He think he's slick and he kind of smart. He's playing to the youth. You know what I'm saying? And
But it's only gonna work for a certain amount of time.
yeah, it is. And it's like he not better than Nas, but
He
he
knows it.
had to he had to say that because what it did was if you listen to him, he tells you that he's doing it on purpose to keep the algorithm going for himself and it's drawing him money and attention. It's like he's a hustler still. Like so he's
Right.
using that whole controversy as a whole hustle. So even when I started to get offended by him saying that, I sat back and said, you know what? I'm not gonna I see what he's doing. He's using this to his advantage. Um Everybody in their right mind know he can't do nothing with Nas, and he knows it too. So I stopped taking it personal and going, he's hustling. He's trying to
Bro,
get that money.
we could name 20 artists way better than Jim Jones. We can probably name 30 to 40 artists better than Jim Jones right now.
My
No,
thing
that's true.
is, if you're the worst one in the group, you ain't got no business talking to Nas.
No, that's true.
If you're not even the best in your own group, I'd rather hear Hell Rail than Jim Jones if I'm gonna be 100% honest. So it was like when Black Tie was
Bro,
talking
I'll say
trash in
Freaky
Murder
Ziggy.
Inc.
It's like, come
I'll say
on. But you
Freaky
know what?
Ziggy
Much,
over Jim Jones, bro.
yeah, easy. But I will say this about him. Even I'm gonna play both sides. I'm gonna be fair. He will. One thing about him, I do see. He will put out some. He will keep putting music out though, and he is
Yeah,
putting. But he's not. But like you said, it's not like you said. Know your weight class. That's all. Just stay in your weight class. Get your money. Put your music out. But just know the realm that you in and know what your power is. And know stay within your realm of where your power is maximized at. But don't try to go into an element that you can't handle. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your realm. Don't go outside of your bubble and try to go in the bubble that you can't breathe in.
Or
a
just try to
term
get
that
some
we use.
ghostwriters, bro. Get a ghostwriter or something. He friends with Mano and Fab. Get a ghostwriter. Like step it up a little bit.
Yeah,
like
but I mean, it's a term that we use on the show a lot, and it's called zone of genius. And everybody has one, but it may not necessarily be in the same thing. So if my zone of genius is podcasting, maybe I should stay out of boxing because it's not my thing. You know what I mean?
Right,
Just
right,
because, and you may be good at it, but it's not your zone of genius. It's not what you were
right.
selected, not what you were chosen to do. Stay in your lane.
Exactly.
That's why we have multi lanes on the interstate, so we don't
Mhm.
crash into each other. That cause
Right.
conflict.
Yep.
But let me ask y'all, of the people that the hip hop artists over 40 that have really been dropping recently, 24, 25, who to you had the most surprising comeback? For me, I'm gonna say I didn't think, and maybe I should have, I didn't think Malice was gonna come back this hard. Like I followed him during his No Malice journey, and he was still spitting, but it was obviously I don't want to say necessarily Christian rap, but with any hip hop, what differentiates the song is the beat. So he didn't have the option to have those Pharrell beats on his No Malice projects, but lyrically he was still just as sharp. But I did not think he was gonna be like, oh snap, contender for lyricist of the year. So to me, I have to say Malice was the most surprising comeback of 2025. How about you guys?
Mm.
I, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I ain't trying to, I gotta go off what you. I gotta go, piggyback off what you said. I definitely it gotta be Malice because we've been hearing Raekwon. He's been dropping music. We've been hearing Ghost has been dropping music here and there, but Malice is the one guy who's been out of the loop, totally been away from the game. And like you said, I mean, I hate to piggyback off what you said, but it's the fact though. Like he came back and he's going crazy. Like his pen is going bananas. Like can't even. That's the guy. It's him. It's Malice. It is Malice.
Eddie?
Same for me. It's Malice. I just hope I hear a Malice album with Pharrell just produced the whole entire album. That's what I want. But I mean, he knows both. So I would love to hear him with a half Pharrell and half Timbaland, since he know both of them, since he's been friends with them since they were kids. So like, I would love to hear both of hear a Malice album by itself. That's all I want to hear.
I would love to hear him with some Alchemist production too. Like I want him to. I want to love to hear him with some Alchemist. I just want to hear. I would love to hear him with Alchemist or Hit
Just a
Boy.
7-song EP. Just a 7-song EP with Alchemist. Just to wet my whistle.
Yeah.
Oh man. Nope.
Alchemist
You hear
and Malice is
Ghostface, that pause skit. The pause skit on the Ghostface album. We know we've done with the pause. I'm with Ghostface.
We needed that skit too because
We needed that
It's cool to
for
have
the
fun with it. People
culture.
getting crazy now. It's getting crazy.
It's getting crazy. You can't do anything.
Yeah, it's like, come on, and it's like, you know, at a certain point, we grown men, man. Come on. Like for you to be thinking on that level all the time, it's cool to have fun every now and then, but they making it a way of life, like in general in life. Like you at work in a professional setting, getting paid, and you talking to people and they doing it just like, man, like, come on, man.
Yo,
Like I'm not doing
I've
this all the time.
I heard a pause in a corporate meeting the other day. At my 9 to 5, I'm at a corporate meeting and I'm doing a presentation and I put up the graph and I'm like, in customer service, we're really getting ahead. And I hear a pause in the background.
Yeah, see.
And I
Yeah,
almost took my laser pointer and threw it like a ninja star. Like I was so upset. I was like, what is going on?
But I will say this though, with the pause, I will say this though. I do believe that grown men, we can't eat corn dogs no more. I just don't think we're allowed to eat corn dogs. I just think it's childish. I think it's childish. I think that I'll stick with that. I'm gonna go with that. It's childish to eat corn dogs as a grown man. You can't eat corn dogs no more. Sorry, fellas. You can't do that.
Can I be honest? Has it ever been acceptable to eat a corn dog? A glizzy on a stick is
Yeah, that's
crazy.
just now that is crazy. That like
It's
see, it's one thing
crazy.
to say pause, but to act it out and do certain stuff like even with a glizzy, like if you need to chop it up. And I don't even eat hot dogs anyway. I just don't. That's because of health reasons. I don't eat it. But some stuff you got to chop it up, man. You know how you can split it down the middle, pause. And I gotta say pause on that. That sounds crazy.
You
But you
make a
put it in the hand.
sandwich.
You got to make a sandwich out of it, bro. You definitely got to make a sandwich out of it, bro. That's just real. This is called grown man etiquette we talking about at this point.
Grown man. Petty, remember you came back, I want to say 2000, this was like 2002. I remember we was at Taco Bell. This man Petty deep throated a burrito. I was so offended. I was so offended. You remember? I was just looking across like, nah, man, you got to cut that in half, man.
You got to cut it in half, bro.
You got to cut
You
it.
definitely got to cut it in half. You got to cut it in half. It cannot be. It cannot be digested
Bro,
like that.
like 22. That shit is hilarious. Oh my god.
I got a photographic memory, brother. I had to put you.
I know. I was like 22 years old. Oh my god.
It's just certain things we can't do, you know, and it's crazy. Go with this era, it's kind of like I don't know, man. I don't gotta say it's getting weird out here, but you know that's why it's people like us that gotta hold the law, the old guard. We gotta keep the old law in effect. You know,
I look
that's
at
just the
us
bottom
like
line.
I don't know if any of y'all Game of Thrones fans, but we're like the Black Order. You know, we hold the wall, we separate the whack. We're culture curators. That's why I call myself.
Right.
You know, if you go to a museum, you're gonna have a curator at the museum that's gonna tell you this Rembrandt was made in 1912 or blah blah blah. I consider myself a hip hop curator because I've been here since 1988 doing this hip hop thing, and I love it. You know, but what we're gonna do, we had a sneak preview 2 episodes ago. The album got delayed because of there's a track. Oh, we all good. We're about to listen to some new music so we can get y'all opinion. But this is one of my collaborators, Johnny Raps. His new album was supposed to drop on the 30th, but there was a delay with rights on a song he has with Bizarre from D12. So Bizarre from D12, go ahead and clear that so we can drop the album. But he's given me permission to review this track with a dedicated hip hop panel. I want y'all to really pay attention to the second verse. It's my boy Johnny Rap. So we're about to do a world. We did a sneak preview. We're gonna do a world debut. This is Facts. It's coming off the new album. Should be coming out next Tuesday if everything clears. So this is called Facts by Johnny Raps. We're gonna check it out.
My slow flow, remarkable. My slow flow, remarkable. My slow flow, I make the pussy go. My slow flow, remarkable. My slow flow, remarkable. My slow flow, I make the pussy go. Ow, 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 ow. Heaven forbid, Father forgive. I'm at the crib, dipping, sipping with a pop in the lid. Pull the panties off your woman, cause your wife is my bitch. The camel toe, let me know that the pussy is dead. Shit, the pussy got lips, the pussy is fat. I made the pussy fart with a hit from the back. Johnny raps on the track, all I'm spitting is facts. In fact, facts is the name of the track, so peep that. I came through dripping, I keep the heads ringing. Open palm, slap your mom, pimp, hand still stinging. Cause I singing, I rap, she want my dick in the rash. She go like that. Black snake moan, let my balls hang low. She be thinking with the thing, goddamn yo. I testifying the clip, I'm in the pussy all goddamn night. Hey, you can't tell me shit. She sat on my face, she sat on my dick. I'm waxing that ass, I'm sucking the tit. Bitches can't go to sleep, cause I'm keeping it lit. Raps, and that's facts, my slow flow, remarkable, my slow flow, remarkable, my slow flow, make the pussy go. If you get shot down, better get back up. Don't run to a place where you might get stuck now. Peace to the maker, peace to the Holy Ghost. The children saw the chaos and they sang out. Heard the nearby seance where the politicians hang out, now they bang out, shots rang out, lost some weight now for the main bout. Got little Susie stumbling down the street with half her brains out. I don't care what you say to me, but what you tell the youth. You sent the black and brown children to the cheaper schools. You never tell the truth to kids that always look for proof. If you looking for the facts, you better find a fucking sleuth. And if you get shot down, better get up. Don't run to a place where you might get hit up. All these little devils doing all these evil things, and the song ain't over till the fat lady sings. And the song ain't over till the fat lady sings. Got all these little devils doing all these evil things, and the song ain't over till the fat lady sings, bitch.
All right, all right, all right. That was Facts by Johnny Raps. And Will, I think you were saying you couldn't hear it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna send it to you. Petty, could you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, just send it to me. I have to check it out.
I'm gonna send it to you, man. I'm gonna send it to you right now. But Petty, what did you think?
That second verse is that second verse is bananas. That second verse is bananas. Like the first was cool, but that second verse, he switched it up. The whole beat changed. I was like, oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, then the substance came. I was like, oh yeah, that was fire. Yeah, like Johnny always got some different shit, but it's dope as fuck every time. It never ceases to amaze me. He always got some good shit.
I like the name. I like his name. His name is already cold. I ain't heard nothing yet.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna send you a playlist. We actually did a project together last year, which I think if you like boom bap hip hop, it's like it's that shit. But he doing something different, and I told him that second verse when he actually shows substance, that's where he needs to go with that. Like moving forward, because it's real different. It's real different, and we need more substance. So shout out to Raps. We had a dope concert for his birthday at the Delancey in New York, and it was sold out, so it was dope. But I'm gonna give that to you, Will. So want to spread that love for the hip hop. So
yeah, for sure.
What do you guys, moving on, talking about these classic vets? What do you guys think about this revelation with Young Thug? I'm going to be honest. I've never been the hugest Young Thug fan, and it's not because I prefer East Coast hip hop. There's plenty of Atlanta artists that I really rock with. Never been quite a Young Thug. I didn't see it, but that's not my generation. So maybe it's not necessarily for me. But the thing that he hung his hat on is that he was not a snitch. He was this, and that. Comes to find out that not only is he a snitch, but it appears he's a bigger chatty patty and gossiper than Wendy Williams. So like, is this it? Is this it for like the whole image of no snitching in hip hop? Is anything sacred anymore? Whoever wants to tackle it first.
I'll go. It's sacred to the gatekeepers. It's not sacred to these new youngsters. They don't care. Like all they worried about is a buck. All they worried about is getting the money, getting to the bag. That's all they worried about. They're not worried about the consequences of their actions. So, yeah, like that's how I feel. Like I don't. It's only to the gatekeepers. Like to the people who like how it was before. Like this generation has no morals, no guidance, no nothing. So, yeah, that's what I think.
I feel like it's basically like everybody, one thing about hip hop and everything, the downfall of rap is like everybody's the toughest person ever to come out. Everybody's the ultimate person, the ultimate street dude, the superior gangster, and no snitching, no ratting, and all that. It's like it's an illusion, and when I say it's an illusion, it's the fact that everybody telling. That's what we see. The people that's mostly screaming it the most are the ones that that's coming out with the darkest truths behind what they're representing. And I can't even really say I'm surprised that it came out because this is what is going on and what's been going on with these guys that try to portray this image. And I'm not saying they are who they are, who they not, but you could be a person that then did a whole bunch of stuff in the streets, but when them boys get you in that room and they tell you looking at 30 years, ain't too many dudes trying to part from their success. So it's one thing for a dude that's been in the street his whole life. I know dudes that been in and out of jail their whole life, and it's like it's nothing for them. It's just they can just go in and out of jail. But you got a guy that's now he's a rapper or he's a success and he's making money now. He getting 20 million, 10 million, whatever the millions is, and he taking care of his family and he's living life good. He eating lobster and steak every day and he silk sheets. Them boys, it's gonna be hard for them to sit that down after they've been exposed to that lifestyle. So I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't hold no regard to any of these guys that talk this rap stuff. I even got a TikTok video when I say, don't let these street rappers fool you. Like, don't get caught up in, celebrating them too much because they're still trying to sell records. So when they do this, they're just trying to cater to the guys that's really in the streets to sell records and get approval from them. Most of these guys, they claim they street dudes and all of that. It's a facade that's really a disease to rap and to the industry because we're saying that, oh, this is all it's all about is holding up a code that really not gonna mean nothing at the end of the day. You doing 30 years for something you did, then my question is, when are y'all gonna stop doing stuff for people to snitch on y'all for, or for y'all to be in a position to have to tell? Y'all still want to play this game when y'all want to be tied into the streets where the streets is really dead? Like, what are the streets really? Like, what is that? Like, what are you still trying to attach yourself to criminal activity for when you got legal money anyway? Like, it shows the psychology and it shows that these guys is really messed up in the head, really, and they not really right mentally to have that kind of mindset to where all you want to do is parade. I ain't snitching. I ain't ratting. He a snitch. He a rat. Like it's Alpo. He ratted, right? Alpo. He snitched. He came home and people were still scared of him. So it really don't really hold no weight. It's about you as an individual. What kind of integrity do you have in yourself? People say everything. Rappers are poets. They put words together. So I'm not really gonna get excited or be looking at you as you were this monstrous figure in the streets, like you the most devious, most intimidating person because you talk about street stuff all the time, or you attach yourself to a gang or a crew of dudes that's supposed to be menacing. I'm not impressed and I'm not excited. So I'm not surprised. I'm not like, oh, he told. I don't know Young Thug in real life. I know his music. Y'all could tell me anything on a song. Like I'm listening to your music for your content. I don't really believe half of y'all anyway when it comes to that. When you trying so hard to convince people that that's what you are, I'm not excited or thrilled, and I'm not surprised. He didn't let me down because he just another rapper talking a bunch of nonsense or another rapper saying he a street guy. Like, okay, I'm not impressed.
You definitely hit the nail on the head. And I'm gonna be honest, there's only one rapper that I've ever believed, and that's DMX. Everybody else, it's just a story. That if DMX told me he was half pit bull, I would have said, okay, that made sense. I don't know genetically how that happened, but I'm sure he's some type of man pit bull hybrid. That's fine. Other than that, you look at Tupac's video when he was 16 at the School of the Arts in that interview. None of that thug life stuff. Uh, Jay-Z was an honor roll student. Biggie was an honor roll student, and people can get in and out of, selling drugs and, doing money and things of that nature. But none of these guys are Al Capone. None of these guys are, super gangster. If you're a true lyricist, you're, like you said, you're a poet. You're a smart kid. You were paying attention. You learned sentence structure. You had an A in English, didn't you, boy? These guys aren't tough. I mean, even listen to like Kodak Black before he really, got on that stuff. He had some he was being poetic and he was being very lyrical.
He was actually brilliant too at his younger days. He sounds brilliant. Like he had a It's
brilliant.
like they scared to be smart. Like, what's wrong, y'all? You want to raise your kids to go to school and get an education, but then you want to cater to the ignorance, and you want people to. If you got to be accepted by being downgrading yourself to being in that degree of density where I have to show that I'm savage and all that, then you really you don't even you got life messed up. You really got life messed up. Like, rap about life in a real aspect. It's wrestling. It's a character. You're a character. And the problem with rap these days is that outside the booth, they're still walking around with this persona of the macho man, or I'm the ultimate guy. Like, bruh, just relax. You getting money. You taking care of your kids, man. Chill. They doing way too much. It's like, I don't know where this came from, where they overdoing it, and it's because of the drill rap.
Yeah, and hip hop is the only genre of music where that's accepted. You don't hear country artists talking about all the crime they've done or all the you don't hear R&B and stuff from maybe Chris Brown. You don't hear any of these genres, even rock music, alternative music. Yeah, they've gone through things, they've done things, but it's always been about the music and pushing the music forward, and ultimately about music. And hip hop, I look at it, if you're talking that gangster, that drug stuff, I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm looking at it as you're a reporter. This is a Scorsese movie for audio. It's The Godfather. It's whatever. It's The Sopranos. It's whatever show you want to see, but it's just audio. It's an audio book. It's a movie. And as long as you keep it separate, I don't care what you're talking. Murder, kill, because I know that this is just art. This is just expression, and it should be kept there. Sell your drugs and your music, but then you'd be like, oh yeah, I lead the church food drive every year in my real life, and that's how it
Right.
should be.
Yep. And just like then when the feds come, it was entertainment. Oh, nah, you said you would really like that. Don't try to. You supposed to be a real ninja, whatever.
You
So
supposed to be on him.
stick
You
to
supposed to
that
be
when they
him.
come. Live it out. You saying this
Yeah.
is your real life? The life don't stop. That chapter don't get skipped over when the Fed come for you. You said this what you was about. So nah, I'm saying if you saying you about whatever you was in life, not even street, stand on what you claim. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, you gotta stand for something. And if you and it ain't even gotta be about street stuff. Just in life, whatever you represent or whatever your flag you wave or whatever you're trying to represent or stand for while you here, stand on it, because you know you lying to yourself. Like, why would you lie to yourself if you gonna be here one time, and then, like, even the rappers that died that was in the streets, right? Everybody saying, "Oh, he was a real dude. He was a real dude. He was solid. He was street." That don't do nothing for these crying moms and these kids who ain't got no dad no more. That does nothing. You saying that, oh, your dad was solid. He was a real dude. He's not here no more because of whatever activities he was in. That doesn't do anything. And I promise you, these guys that ain't here no more, wherever they went on the other side, I bet you they wish they could be back here, and they wouldn't do it the way they did it. So I don't
Yeah,
like the narrative that they push, to our kids and to the people that listen to their music, to be destructive and to be self-destructive. That's whack. That ain't
yeah.
that ain't gangster at all. That's corny.
And I think that's what we need. One thing, like I said, I got a T-shirt available on the website, but it says hip hop since '88 because that's when I was introduced. 7 years old, my big bro was like, "Nah, man, you can't be listening to Michael Jackson, Madonna, and Prince all day. Here's some hip hop." And '88 is in my opinion, one of the top 3 years in hip hop ever. This is a year where Public Enemy dropped. This is a year where Too Short dropped. This is a year where NWA dropped. This is a year where Slick Rick dropped. So I was inundated with this music, and my brother would take me around to his friends and be like, "Yo, my 7-year-old brother can do all of 911 as a joke. Do it." And and I'm sitting there like 1989, another song, or whatever. That's how integrated hip hop was for me, which allowed me to learn how to do wordplay, which got me into a gifted English class, which allowed me to, do other things and go into my love for mass media, all because of hip hop and learning about that wordplay. And I didn't think any of these guys was really gangsters. I knew Ice Cube would be in a family movie, even though he was in the video with an AK-47. I knew Chuck D wasn't, sniping the president. I knew he was more of a poet and a teacher. KRS-One, all of these great artists. And then you go into the 90s, the golden age, from 92 to probably 96, where you got Biggie, Wu-Tang, Nas, or 92 to probably about 96. Outkast,
98.
Mobb Deep.
98.
Mobb Deep, these phenomenal projects. And then even with the 2000s, where hip hop became like the biggest art form in the world, and you have people like Nelly and Jay-Z and Eminem and DMX and T.I., where these people were becoming superstars, selling out stadiums. And then we had a little bit of a lull, and I call it went from drug dealer music to drug user music. But also that with me aging, I used to think, okay, am I aging out? And maybe that's why I'm not connecting with this. And, I was like, I don't want to be listening to Kim. I still think I got a few rounds in me. Not that there's anything wrong with Kim, but, I'm not ready for jazz yet. My soul is hip hop. And now we see this resurgence, like I said, with the women. I'm nothing anti-women because, like I said, MC Lyte was always dope. Queen Latifah was always dope. Lauryn Hill was always dope. Lil' Kim was always dope. Money Love was always dope. Miss Melody was always dope.
Bahamadia.
Yeah, I could take it back. The Boss. Who remembers The Boss?
The Boss. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to The Boss.
Rest in peace to The Boss.
Lady of Rage.
Yes. Lady of Rage, my ex-wife's first cousin. Lady of Rage from Farmville. So many phenomenal female. Yo-yo, don't play with my yo-yo. Half of these people are still doing something to this day. Like Queen Latifah's a superstar. MC Lyte do more voiceovers than anybody. She got one of the best voices. She's like the Morgan Freeman of hip hop. She got like one of the best voices.
Yeah, as a female, she do got, and not even just a female, overall rap, she do got.
Yeah, she's got a crazy voice. She's like up there with Snoop, and where some people just have voices that like it really don't matter what they say. They could be like knick-knack, paddywhack. You be like, damn.
Yeah, it don't matter. It just the octaves just translate.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The frequency. So we almost done, but for y'all, I want to know. We've seen who dropped. Who do you want? Who is that icon, that 40+ icon that you like, yo, I need to hear something from them. I know they got something in the tank that you're really, really looking forward to. Is there any for you guys that you want to bless us with something?
I want a Method Man album. I want a full Method Man album, like a whole project for Method Man. I want an album for Method Man. That's what I want. I want a Method Man.
Do y'all realize Method Man doesn't curse?
Notice that he doesn't. He doesn't
curse. That's crazy.
That's wild.
How can you be that hard? Rakim doesn't curse.
No. Doesn't at all.
And Rakim just dropped a project too. He just dropped one like last Tuesday. If y'all haven't checked it out, it's phenomenal.
Rakim go. I don't care what nobody says. Like,
You know who
no,
follows me on Instagram? Guess who follows me on Instagram, yo?
who's that?
Father MC follows me on Instagram, bro.
Oh man, shout out to Father MC, one of the
Father
icons.
MC, and I hit him in the DM like, yo, that's dope that you follow me. Like, that's Father MC, bro. He bought Mary J. Blige. I like, I got it. And he always be like, yo, keep doing your thing, man. And it's like, I don't got the most followers, a whole bunch of followers on Instagram, but it's like, I got the right people. So my brother was like, yo, for him to follow you, keep doing whatever you doing. Just keep, because he said you something about him, you made him follow you. So yeah, that's like the biggest follow I got. Like to have Father MC, that's like fire to me. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
legend, bro. That's a legend.
That's Uptown Records, man. Shout
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
and these
legend.
are I had man, I really should start wearing my glasses. I'm an old head. For those who don't know, I'm down in the den. Your boy is an old head, and I got the eyes of a 90-year-old man. So I was trying to pull it up. Your experience with Father MC was the same I felt when, oh man, if I could find it, Chuck D started following me.
That's fire.
And
That's
like
fire.
Chuck D, bro. And when I say the first hip hop, it was 3 songs that I got introduced. My brother, I never forget, I was listening to Prince. No, I was listening to Wham. George Michael. I was listening to George Michael on cassette. I'm in the house. I'm 7 years old. You can't tell me nothing. I'm like, I want you to say. I'm listening to George Michael. My brother takes the tape out. Bullshit off. Throw my tape in the fireplace. Take my cassette. Boom. Throws in Public Enemy. It's the first thing I heard. Oh shit. It was like I'm being electrocuted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This voice booming. I'm like, is that God? Oh snap, is that God? Hearing this, and then the Terminator X's beats. And then Professor Griff with that militaristic. And then you got Flavor Flav, which is like the juxtaposition of you think he's a jester, but he's a genius. Exactly. Musical genius, plays classical piano, like 9 instruments. And then he takes that off and he puts in Life is Too Short. And I hear Too Short. And I'm like, holy shit. What is this? This is gangster. Oh man, can I say that? And he takes that out and then he throws in Straight Outta Compton. And I hear Ice Cube. And I hear Ren the Villain. And I hear Eazy-E. And I'm like, I want to be Eazy-E for Halloween. I'm walking around 7 years old talking about she swallowed it. Just corrupted my mind. But it's an art form that I'm so grateful. So I say that to say this. You mentioned that you would love to hear some work. Petty, who do you want to hear from?
Honestly, it's a couple. I love Method Man, so that's one. Every so often I get a dose of 40, and I ain't talking about 40 with OVO, E40. So I'm waiting for the E40 album to drop. Let me see who else. And I heard Jeezy's about to do another album, but I want Jay. I need a Jay-Z album like as soon as possible. Like I need it. Like it's been, what has it been, like 7-8 years now?
444 came out in 2016, I think.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah,
almost
maybe 2017.
I just need a J album. I need a J album with just Blaze, Pharrell, Tim, and
it won't be getting no Kanye on that. We know that.
Nah, I don't want Kanye. I don't want to hear Kanye on that joint. There's one other producer, Cardo. I like Cardo on the beat. Cardo that made the Larry June album, the one that just came out. So that's who I want to hear.
Gotti would have got him right.
Gotti
would have got
but
Jay
right.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You remember Seen It All?
Got Jay right.
You remember that song Seen It All on Jeezy album that Jay was on?
Yeah.
Cardo made that beat. I just found that out.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cardo on the beat. Yeah.
A little birdie has told me that he is indeed in the booth dropping something for the year out, possibly December, maybe December 4th, his birthday. From what I'm hearing, he's been in there with assorted producers, Alchemist being one of them. From what I'm hearing, Stove God is supposed to be up there. Pusha T and Malice are supposed to be up there. A joint with Nas that I'm hearing is groundbreaking. So if these rumors are substantiated and come to be true, you heard it on Down in the Den first, and that's what I need for my soul. That's what I need. Jadakiss and Beanie Siegels is supposed to be dropping something together. I'm glad of what they've done with the AI. You know, that's the only use of AI that I feel is acceptable. How they restored his voice. And I would love for them to, if they could restore DOC, who was one of my favorites. Because you know DOC's pen is still crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
it's still crazy. And the fact that we were robbed.
They think Dre is about to bring something out too. So
I wouldn't be surprised. You know, Dre dropped that album with Snoop, Missionary. It was a little poppy for my taste, but it was still some phenomenal tracks up there. Dre got so much in the vault. I think he's gonna be like Prince when he passed. He's gonna be like, yo, there's 8,000 songs in there.
Dre's so picky. He's so picky. It's hard for him to put stuff out.
Meticulous, and you know, I understand. You could be someone who puts a lot of content out. Artist, he's not 40, he's actually young, but Russell's like on his 44th album in like 6 years.
It's crazy.
44 albums in 6 years.
He just dropped it. He ain't playing.
He got the stamp from everybody. We talking about from Busta Rhymes to everybody gave him the stamp of approval.
And you know one of the first places he was featured? Right here on Down in the Den. The boy has a vision. But you know, and then you have some people like, you know, Nas for a while, you know, 4 albums in 10 years, nigga had to divide, and then he just went on a killing spree. Like he had like a late career run like we've never seen before. Then you had Jay, who did like 8 summers where he was like #1 album, 8 summers, leave me alone. And then he got to the point where like, you're not going to rush my art because he has that freedom to do so. So, I mean, it only made sense for a Jay album. I think that only made sense. But what I really want...
His competition is coming back. His competition has came back. They have all risen out of the grave, for what people might say.
There's 2 that I want, and I'm probably like real, like, I might as well wish for a unicorn and to win the lottery. But I would love an Andre 3000 or better yet, an Outkast joint.
Man, that'd be crazy.
And they've been seen together a couple of times.
Yeah. I want an old school Dungeon Aquemini style Outkast album.
Ooh, I think Big Boy been wanting that. My mind is telling me, my spirit is telling me Big Boy's been wanting that, but he's waiting on Drake. He's waiting on Drake. He's waiting on Dre to say, okay, let's go. But I bet you Big Boy, I promise you, Big Boy already he probably already got stuff pinned down for an album that he waiting for Dre to want to do it.
He's ready to go. He's always been ready to go. It's just
I had to tell y'all, another one over 40 we highly forget, but he got a dope ass album. Paul Wall with DJ Fresh. Paul Wall has a phenomenal album, bro. If nobody don't know about that, it's a dope ass album.
Another album that's fire that I know y'all probably didn't listen to it, but it's fire. Lil Keke Legend Hotel album, crazy.
Oh, yeah,
super crazy. That. Like he getting busy on that joint. I'm like, okay, because you know when I moved to Houston, that's when I kind of got, you know, I've been already knowing who Lil Keke was from when I was back home in VA, but coming out here, I'm more tapped in with what's going on out here. I went to his listening party for the Legend Hotel. And yo, even in the listening party, I'm listening to it. I'm networking, but I'm listening to it. And he's going crazy on the album. I ain't gonna lie. Lil Keke, he's doper than I knew. I didn't know he was that fire. He's
Oh yeah.
That Legend Hotel album is dope. Dope.
And let's give let's take a moment to give a shout out to Houston for just
Man, no
like
doubt.
the culture and the sounds out there that have
Yeah.
been consistent since Scarface and the Ghetto Boys.
Tracks.
You know, I was listening to Scarface on, I don't know if y'all saw him when he was on the episode of Shannon Sharp show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
And
it.
he was just doing a little performance on the couch, and I'm like, yo, we need to start talking about Scarface, man.
Yeah, for real.
He don't
No
get enough
joke.
credit. No,
He don't get enough.
Every album from him has been a masterpiece, bro. I'm
Who's like
going
your
back
favorite
to
rapper's
the
favorite rapper?
diary.
Yeah. If we talking a South Mount
Mr.
Rushmore, I can't respect the list without Scarface on that
He
Mount
gotta be
Rushmore.
he's gonna be the first one I put on that list.
He can't. I can't respect. You know what? So we gonna do one more thing before we go. I want y'all's. We're gonna do your regional Mount Rushmore. So we're gonna do South, East Coast, West Coast, and then you can
I
do
like
international. International. So you could do a Drake, a UK rapper, whoever you want. So for y'all, I don't know how y'all want to do it. If we want to just do it round robin. Let's do it round robin style. So John,
Okay.
let's start with you. Let me get your East Coast Mount Rushmore. Your Mount Rushmore is 4 people. It can be a group. A group can take that slot. So, you know, if you're doing East Coast, you just say Wu-Tang, that encompasses all of them. So you can do that. So for you, who's your Mount Rushmore?
For East Coast, I'm gonna have to put Nas. Nas is up there. Jay's up there. For me, Jada, I love Jada because that's one of my favorites. And then Raekwon. That's my top. There's a feeling to be felt when I felt the Purple Tape when that dropped the first time I had heard that. I shouldn't have had that album. When I had that, that was something I love that. I still to this day, bro. If I could ever find that tape, I would just keep it and just have it locked away. I love that album. That Purple Tape. Oh my God, yeah. But that's my East Coast.
Man, you can't argue with that. Will, how about you?
I'm gonna go. I got Nas. I got Prodigy. Jadakiss. Big. Gotta put Biggie up there. And I'm gonna have to go with Jay. He been consistent. I can't, I gotta put Jay up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's no wrong answers here. So for me, there were 4 specific, and it's not based off of album sales or any of that criteria. It's just for me, these are the culture shifters for New York hip hop. So we'll start there. And this is no particular order, but my 4, gotta put Biggie. It sucks that we only got 2 albums. And that's why I went back and forth about putting Biggie on. But every time I listen to Biggie, be it a feature, be it a track from his first album, be it the way that his voice over the beat was like jazz music.
Mm-hmm.
It was like listening to Miles Davis. And I was like, I can't do that. Like, sometimes you just see somebody do something and you're like, I can never, I don't have the ability to do that. And to tell a story while rhyming multi-syllable compound words and sounding like jazz music and being damn near 400 pounds. You know how hard it is to breathe and have that breath control? So
and seeing him live.
and so yeah, so it's crazy. So Biggie is up there. This guy is everything that hip hop should be. He is the LeBron James of hip hop. And it's LL Cool J. No Def Jam without LL Cool J. First actor, first TV show. FUBU did the line, everything that you were supposed, commercial hits, lyrical hits, and has never lost a battle. Do you remember the run that Cannabis was on before he came up against LL Cool J? Do you remember we were talking about Cannabis like he was the greatest rapper alive at one point?
Yeah, he was one of my favorites. He's
And
my
the
favorite intergalactic rapper. He's my favorite intergalactic rapper. He's an
crazy alien monster, but he came against a Goliath. And LL, like, he's another person that his voice is like, it's a cheat code. That man said skeevy delicious. What the fuck does that mean? I will cash app you $25 right now if you could tell me, in all honesty, you know what he meant when he said skeevy delicious. But it sounded crazy. Joints for the girls, joints for the fellas, hardcore stuff. Never, and came back last year on that Murdergram and went bar for bar and nose for nose with Eminem.
Yes, he did. He definitely did.
So LL is on my Mount Rushmore. The next one for New York, I gotta say, is Nas, because he influenced all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard Ghostface seeing this. I recently was in New York for the Holland Jungle Showcase, and driving to New York. I'm driving from Virginia to New York. It's about a 6-hour ride. I'm going up the Chesapeake Bridge Tunnel. I'm in this big Jeep because I rented this big ass Jeep, and I don't know why. And it's a canvas top. So I'm on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and the wind is blowing me, and I'm like, oh shit. But it had Sirius radio. Now me, because I'm what we call fiscally conservative, canceled my Sirius once the free trial ended. I was like, I got title. I don't need your service. But I forgot how good it is to kind of have a DJ just do it for you. You know, you forget how good a good DJ is. So I get the Shade 4-5, and they're just playing some fire. And Ghostface is up there, and he's telling us these stories. And I'm like, man, like this guy's like 50 something years old, mid 50s or maybe late 50s. And like the stories are like crazy. It's so authentically hip hop. So my fourth slot, you got Nas, like I said, but he was talking about he was influenced by Nas, and that he would take Nas as a 17-year-old over any 17-year-old that's ever existed. And I was like, yo, he was rapping like that at 17. We forget how young he was at Illmatic. Like he's got to be hip hop's like golden child.
Like, he's like the Jedi.
He's Luke Skywalker.
He's literally Luke Skywalker.
He's Luke Skywalker. If Cool G rap is Anakin, he is Luke. You know, we thought Cool G was the chosen one, but actually it was Luke. You know, he's Luke Skywalker. So Nas is my number 3. And then my number 4 is the entire Wu-Tang Clan, because the Wu-Tang Clan gave you Ghost, gave you like that's got to be the greatest group in music, not rap, in music. Because when you take a
group, in the Hall of Fame.
But think about it, every group that's ever been, you got your Michael that you know they're gonna be all right. And then you got your Tito's that you're like, what happened? You was in the group? That's crazy.
Right.
It's rare that you got 8 Michaels.
That's true. That's
crazy. That's crazy. 8 Bobby Browns.
All of them
Justin
had a solo
Timberlake.
career. They all went platinum. They all had platinum and gold singles. Every single one of them. Old
50
Dirty,
gold, 60
Inspector
platinum.
Deck, You God.
Even the Beatles, you had Paul McCartney had a successful career, John Lennon had a successful career, but ain't nobody really talking about George Harrison. The Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger was good when he went solo, but ain't nobody talking about Keith David or anybody else. It's always the star of the group. The Wu-Tang was like, we had like 8 stars. That's crazy. That's crazy. And still can sell out an arena.
Yeah.
Yep. I got to see them. Only person Method Man wasn't there because he was filming at the Power Show, and that was the show in a couple years ago they did in Virginia Beach. I was at that show when they had Nas and Busta there. That was a fire show to finally get to see Wu-Tang live. I got to go see him again because Method Man wasn't there, so I still got to catch another show when Method Man is there. But
Yeah.
it was an experience though, for real.
So that's my New York. So we're gonna do round robin. I guess I'll start and then we'll go back around. So now for the South. So for the South, we're talking Atlanta, we're talking Texas, we're talking Virginia, we're talking the South below Mason-Dixon. So for me, as a group, I got Outkast. You don't get Killer Mike without Outkast. You don't get, Goody Mob without Outkast. You don't get some of the most phenomenal anthems and lyrics. Like, man, they done movies, they sold merchandise, they had clothing line, they did it all. They put the Atlanta, when Dre said the South got something to say, they put Atlanta and the whole South on their back. So I can't do a list without Outkast. Mentioned earlier, Scarface. Another artist that like their voice is godly. Like I want him narrating my life story. I ain't never seen a man crazy. Sean was born in Hampton, Virginia. I want him to narrate my life. So Scarface is for the South. This next one, musically not so much, but I got to put Master P. Because culturally and business wise, he's the dude. It's the blueprint. Before the first $100 million man in hip hop. He taught about monetizing and marketing like none other. You remember, people talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No, the No Limit Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
You would buy the album, and they would have an ad with the next album on
the back and inside, and the inside back, and on the
back of the next album. So that was definitely a cultural shift. And then number 4 for the South for me, I gotta go with it's rough, but I'm probably gonna have to go with T.I. Because people forget those first 3 albums. Had the game on a chokehold. So that's my South. Will, who you got?
Definitely going number 1. Like they say, this guy, we talking about Biggie storytelling in his voice. We brought him up already. The impact he had, he's like the Godfather. I gotta go back down here to Houston. I'm gonna go with my man Scarface, man. He was a truth teller. He was like ahead of his time. The blueprint he laid out, Benny Siegel followed it. Biggie got a piece of that. He's like, he's well rounded. He could tell stories. He's a visionary in his music. He always give you a life lesson in his music. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with Scarface. It's like he showed a lot of cats for how to do it.
You know who I compare him to? Hip hop's Johnny Cash, the Man in Black. Like that cool stoic figure, man. Almost like
very stoic.
Yeah.
Wise. Like the Yoda type. Like the Yoda type. You talking about Luke Skywalker? He's Yoda.
Yeah.
He's like the Yoda of it. And gotta go with Scarface. I was listening to Ghetto Boys when I was young. and his voice always stood out, and his words is always like piercing through whatever song he was on. He made you have to listen to him. So I was influenced by Scarface Young, and then number two, I'm uh, I'm gonna go with Ludacris, man. He was
Mm.
like the down south red man. He was everything. He was
Yeah.
like red man of the south. He was giving you
True.
visuals. He's a showman. He's an incredible performer. And he don't have to talk about no street stuff to get your attention. He ain't gotta do none of that.
And
And
low key killed T.I. in that battle.
yeah, he definitely did. The energy he brings, like I said, he's a visionary too. His ideas, his concepts was videos. It was like an event when his videos came out. We give credit to Busta Rhymes, but Ludacris did it his own way. See, he took his own he didn't copy Busta. He took everything that he was and his personality and his characteristics and brought it to an animated kind of aspect for you can appreciate
Right.
his artistry too. His lyrics actually drawn into his videos. It's like he acts out
Yeah.
his lyrics sometimes. The women love him. He's fun. Great energy. His performances is dope. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go grab Ludacris too. And then, like you said, we can't. We got to go with Ti. Ti. He when he came, he was one of them guys. One of the first guys as a solo artist from the South that had that hustling side of him. He got that voice. He got his own. He got that voice as well. Fly dude. Talk about getting money. The ladies. He had the ladies, but then he cared about his pen. Well versed, very very intelligent guy. The way he pen his stuff is very strategic, and I like the way he does his pen game. I love the way he's meticulous with the words that he used when he raps. Depending on the songs, he's great with features with women on them. His verses is always good when he's on songs with other people. I'm gonna go with him as my number 3 spot, and my 4th spot. Man, I'm gonna probably have to agree with you and give it to Master P because of the influence. He taught you how to get that money. And before the internet was really popping, the way he promoted his albums for new artists that you never heard of, he would make you buy artists that you never heard before album because of his marketing ability. He was a great marketer, great hustler. He showed you how to really capitalize business wise off the game. And I gotta go with Master P. Yeah, I gotta give it to him. So that's my 4.
If you don't think he a miracle worker, he made Silk the Shocker go platinum.
Man,
That part.
man.
Talk about taking chicken shit and turning it into
Had
chicken salad. Wow.
had
Big
moments too.
Blueface doing it all, man. I have the utmost respect for
The
Master P.
movement, the consistency of the movement was unreal at the time. Like
Mhm.
he made No Limit larger than life.
Yeah.
Like Lance always tell me, he was like, if you want to make people believe something larger than life, you gotta create it, you gotta make it larger than life. And he definitely that tank, that whole crew he had, they were one unit, but they all didn't mind letting each other shine. So when there was an artist time, everybody gave their energy to that artist and they made that
Yeah.
artist bigger than life. So yeah, I gotta give it to Master P as number 4. In no particular order, but yeah, that's it.
All right. Damn.
Petty, it's on you. South, Dirty South, Mount Rushmore.
All right. So mine is gonna be a little different. So of course, Face is on mine. That's 1, right? But then 2, UGK. Pimp C is by far one of my most favorite voices of all time in rapping. Like, shut your mouth, how? I'm like, that's my shit. Like, that's my nigga. That's one of my favorites. 3, I'm gonna have to say the whole Dungeon family. We talking about Goody Mob, Outkast. Like I can't say Outkast without saying Goody Mob. That was that whole run they had. That was crazy. And then last one is P. Is Master P, because like literally like Mars. No, I'm at Camelot Music or DJ Music and Video every Friday for a No Limit album. It didn't matter.
Mhm.
I didn't give a fuck if I didn't know Skullduggery. Who the hell is Skullduggery? Like, I was going to get his album. Like, I'm going to get everybody album, bro. It didn't matter. But then I have an honorable mention too. The last one.
Right.
We forget one region. 8-Ball MJG.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I that's there too.
I can agree.
That was
My
it for me.
honorable
When I
mention,
heard them, it was a rap.
my honorable mention would have been I messed up. Big Boy. Big Boy is one of my favorite rappers. You know, he. I got to put him as an honorable mention because Big Boy to me is super cold. Like I love
Oh
listening
yeah.
to Big Boy. So I ain't mean to cut you off, but yeah, Big Boy, my honorable mention if I had to throw one in there.
Yeah.
And I actually, yeah,
If I had an honorable mention for the South, I would have done Ludacris as well because he's like number one, super slept on lyrically, like super slept on. Like I've heard him on stuff with Nas, Jay-Z, and he's held his own. And I think people just because it's so animated, but lyrically crazy. And then like you said, visually, he was like a Missy Elliott or a Busta Rhymes, where he was like, I'm gonna paint these cinematic songs that are like anthems that you see when you see the video, you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted from that song. Perfect. You
Yeah.
know, he went in my head, put it on picture. So that'd be my honorable mention. Now, this region has gotten like, a resurgence as of late. I know you got mad love for it, but the West Side, you and I know it's the best side. West Coast, West Coast. I grew up equally East Coast and West Coast, and then of course the '90s Super West Coast. Let's start with you, John. Who are your Mount Rushmore?
Ooh, oh God, that's a lot. My number one, he's gone, but he is the reason why the Bay is how it is now. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. That's for me. That's the number one on the West for me. Mac Dre was something different. I don't think a lot of people don't know about him, but he is considered the king of the Bay. There was nothing like him. Like the Fizz dance, everybody like the hyphy movement is because he is the reason. He was an entrepreneur, everything. Like he did it all and got murdered in Kansas City, just coming back from a tour. So that's number one. Short is number two. That's Oakland, hands down. Three. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Three.
Will I Am. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
It's from Compton.
I'm gonna have to go Cube. Cube is three.
Okay.
And four. Damn, it's like a Bay thing. 40. I can't deny it. That boy got like 50 albums, bro. Like I can't deny it. Like every single one of them be having some joints on them. So yeah, I had to say 40. Honorable mention, Richie Rich.
Shout out to Richie Rich. He just dropped a project not too long ago. Another 40 plus one killing it. All right. I mean, that's fair. A lot of Oakland love, a lot of Northern Cal love, but I mean, you can't argue with that. How about you, Will?
I'm gonna have to go with Cube, Ice Cube for sure. His consistency, his albums he put out, and he can rap. He can really rap. I gotta go with Cube from just from the '90s. And even on soundtracks and everything like that, he always gonna put out a hit. And his voice as well. He's another one with one of them voices. His creative ability as far as concepts like today was a good day. When he went the opposite way of the street stuff and just talking about a casual day when it ain't no nonsense going on. Him chilling, going through the day, just vibing. I thought that was a dope concept, and yeah, I got to go with Ice Cube on that one. Uh, Mount Rushmore, West Coast, because I want to go. I gotta go back. I gotta really think. Snoop. I had the What's My Name album when it came out, so I know what it. Even though I wasn't on the West Coast, I was in Virginia. If I felt the way I felt about it on the East Coast, and at the
I
moment
can
that the
only
way I thought it
imagine.
was, I know it was crazy on the West Coast when that came out. It was a change. It was like
A
it
game
was a
changer.
shift. Yeah, it was a game change. It was one of them like a lightning struck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So and then the skits, everything, it engulfed it in everything that was a culture of the West Coast as far as the partying, everything. I got that in the album. I felt like I was on the West Coast when the album came out, just listening to it. I felt like I was in the parties when he was in his skits. I felt like I was there, like I was getting the introduction into what it was like to be at that time frame in the West Coast.
Right.
Um, Number two, and then shoot, and I gotta put NWA in there just as a group. It gotta be
yeah,
because what they stood for. It gave you the visual. It gave us on the East Coast the understanding of what it was like what was going on the West Coast as far as the police, the harassment, what they were going through as far as in the streets. It was a whole different thing going on than in the East Coast. How they were dealt with by the police was a little different. It seemed like it was more aggressive because California's bigger. Um, Got to go with them, and then, and that's why I put NWA. You don't get Dre. You don't get DOC.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get Ice Cube
cute.
and everything that came. You don't get Ice Cube. You don't get Friday. You don't get Dr. Dre. You don't get Snoop. You don't get Aftermath Records. You don't get Eminem. So I gotta
Eminem, 50 Cent,
NWA birthed so much from just them. And MC Ren is slept on. MC Ren is
super slept on.
fire. His pen is crazy. Like he's really like that. So I mean,
Villain.
I gotta go with him. I gotta go with NWA. And then on the fourth one, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna have to go with he didn't have a long time, but I'm gonna have to go with Nipsey. He got cut short.
Neighborhood
And I
Nip.
know I know it's like he didn't have a lot of time. A lot of people say they didn't listen to him before he died, but not me. I used to walk when I was listening to Mailbox Money every morning on the way to the bus stop downtown Newport News in the cold in the wintertime. I would put Mailbox Money on every morning before on my way to the bus stop. It was a 15-minute walk to the bus stop. I was listening to that every morning before work. I listened to it, so I heard him before he got his name up. So and I I,
Yeah.
I
Right.
gravitate I
Like I was
gravitated to him
slapping them. I
early.
was slapping them like '09, like 2010. But like when I moved back to Virginia, I was slapping them like all
So
like from 2011, 2012, 2013. Yeah.
I got to, and I say I put him in there because he had an old soul to me.
Yeah,
He was wise beyond his years, and I feel like if he just got more time to be here, just like Biggie, we didn't get the best of them yet in his
Mhm.
yeah.
music. So I gotta
One of
put
the
him up
greatest
there.
what ifs.
Yeah, so I gotta put him up there because what he gave us to me was enough for me. It's one of them people where Nipsey speaks to your soul. He give you that
Yeah,
gangster stuff, but he at heart he was a revolutionary at heart. He wanted better for. He cared about more than just the block stuff. He wanted to take California and where he was from, and he wanted them to see the world
yeah.
outside of that and grow. So I got to
And I
give
think
him in
that's
my
why he
honorable
was
mention.
assassinated. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly why he was. And then my honorable mention, you know, Kendrick is undeniable. You can't really argue with what he's been doing. I'm not talking about all the battle stuff. I'm talking about before that, like
yeah,
when Papoose was doing his thing. He said Game told him that I got a cat on the west that pen is that you need to holler at and you need to get at him. And it was Kendrick that Game had told Pap about. And for him to go to Pap, that we know how we think of Papoose as far as his penmanship, and for him to go say, I got somebody on the West Coast that got a different culture, but pen is worthy of you listening to, Game reference Kendrick. So I gotta go with Kendrick and then I'm gonna go there with it. I'm gonna go there and leave it like that.
yeah. That's a hot list. That's a phenomenal list. Absolutely. Both of y'all are killing it. So for me, I have to start off with NWA for all of those things mentioned. They always talk about, if you're a basketball fan, they talk about the Greg Popovich coaching tree. Well, if you look at that NWA coaching tree, which trickles down to Death Row, which trickles down to Aftermath, which trickles down to Lynch Mob, which trickles down to, like you say, MC Ren, Michelle A, DOC, 213, Nate Dogg, Warren G. Holy, that tree. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said, and Bone too. I forgot about them. Go ahead. They were in that tree.
Right, with the NWA, so you wouldn't have Ruthless Records, you wouldn't have Bone. A lot of people don't know the Black Eyed Peas was on Ruthless Records. So even in that pop genre, NWA, boom. So they're a no-brainer. Then, and like I said, Dre, it encompasses all Eminem, 50, it goes on and on. And then if you go from Eminem, you got Griselda record. Then you're talking about Griselda. You know, it goes on and on and on. So NWA, no brainer. You have to then go with Snoop. And you could almost say Snoop is from that NWA tree, which he is. But Snoop has taken it to a level that I can argue with anyone that he's the most famous living person on the planet right now. Definitely in hip hop.
Sure.
No arguments there.
If you line any hip hop artist and drop them off in Mozambique, the one that they will recognize is Snoop Dogg. And I bet that on my soul. And to still be I love that he's bringing Death Row back. And I love that he's giving these artists their masters back. And I love that he can talk about Crippin' Monday and then be on Sesame Street Wednesday, and everyone's like, yeah, that's fine.
Facts.
That makes perfect sense. And can you do the Olympics? So you got Snoop. Then it starts to get tricky because there's so many, was Pac really West Coast? Some can argue maybe he wasn't, maybe he was. It's rough, but I would have to go, if I'm doing the West Coast, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put Kendrick up there. I remember 2011, I want to say, maybe 2012. I was at a music festival with my wife in Dover, Delaware. It's called the Firefly Music Festival, where you camp for 3 nights and you listen to all type of artists. I went there because my favorite rock band, Red Hot Chili Peppers, was headlining. They also had Tom Petty, Public Enemy, and way down on the bill was a guy named Kendrick Lamar. And so my ingenious self, I don't have the best sense of direction. Instead of taking a day off, I say, I'm going to get that money, I'm going to work, and then I'm going to get in the car, and then I'm going to drive to Delaware, and we're going to get there. Now, I get off at work at 5. The show start at like 9. I didn't know that Red Hot Chili Peppers started. I thought it would be the last act. So when we pulled up and checked to the hotel, I see all these people with Chili Pepper shirt on. Like, that's the best show I ever seen. And I'm like, what you mean? Chili Peppers just got off the stage. I thought my wife was going to stab me, and I deserved it. I had fucked up. She had never seen the Chili Peppers before. I had never seen the Chili Peppers before. The whole vacation was built around seeing them, and they were the first act we missed it. And I was up Schitt's Creek. There were some other good acts, but I felt messed up. And then we stumbled across Kendrick Lamar's set. Didn't know him from a Stick in the Mud, Section 80, may not even have been out yet. And it was like he was just walking around in a red t-shirt with some blue Levi's and some Nike Cortez, just walking around. No entourage, no people. And a couple of people came up and was like, oh, can you sign this? Can you sign that? But he was just like, and literally I saw him walk from behind us walk up on the stage, and it was like 7 people there to see him. And he started doing some tracks from Good Cat, Mad City. And when I say by the time he got to swimming pools, it was full. And we was like, who is this kid? Because he's like this tall. He looks like a dwarf. It's like this big. He's very little. But his aura was like, holy crap. And he sounds like an alien, and his breath control, even back then, his performance was crazy. So many rappers just rap to a backing track and rap over there, and it's awful. They don't give you the performance part. They're studio rappers. I was like, yo, this dude's going to be a star. And now here we are, a few years, a decade later, and he's headlining the Super Bowl. So that growth that I saw firsthand was like, whoa. And then number 4 for me is also Ice Cube. And you could say NWA, but Ice Cube's solo run, I got to witness firsthand because my brother was the biggest Ice Cube fan on the planet. Death Certificate, America's Most Wanted, stood in line for them. Lethal and Jetson, he stood in line for them. And he forced me to listen to them. But it was just like, yo, like when he came from the West Coast and slaughtered NWA Solo Dolo with arguably the greatest diss track ever, Solo Dolo slaughtered them, and then came and linked up with the Beat Squad and with Chuck D and that sound that they made. And he shaved the jerry curl off, and he was at the Apollo, and he was in New York, like, I got kicked. That's why it hurt me so bad when he started doing the West Coast Connection stuff. Because I was like, hold up, bro. Your whole swag, bar for bar, was New York. But I cannot overcome those first 3 albums of his, plus what he's done to the art. Even though that War of the Worlds movie was one of the worst things I ever seen in my life,
Yeah.
Ice Cube is still my 4. And then my honorable mention would also be Nipsey. The only reason he's not up there is because we got so little of him. But as far as just a man and a role model into the community, he could have been anything he wanted to be, a politician, whatever. And that's why I said they don't like that. They don't like that when they see someone that has that much power. And I think that's why he's not with us anymore. But that's mine. So now the final region is international. So that can be your, you can put your Canadians up there. You can put your Slick Rich, your London rappers, because people forget Slick Rich from London. Your Moni Loves, your whoever you want to be, international, or it could be a region that we didn't name. So like, if you want to do the Midwest, your Bones, your Eminems, your whatever, you can do that. So we'll do international miscellaneous. Will, you can start first.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna start with Slick Rick number 1 for sure. His storytelling has been from day one
Day one.
crazy. Like we could talk about even the videos he was doing back then. They were visual stories. He was rapping what he was showing you in the videos as well. And his lyrical, his pen is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He had a style and a swag that even Snoop gravitated to his energy, his swag. He took a lot from Slick Rick.
You can see a lot of nods in Slick Rick too.
Definitely
Like
that
a
cool.
lot of influence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that natural cool he got. He's so reserved. You know what I'm saying? He's like he don't got to get excited or get his temperament never changes. But
Right.
when he raps, it's powerful, and it stays. It's like a stealth bomb. Like it's under the radar, but it's potent though. You know what I'm saying? And then he got the accent. Dana Dane used to try to sound like him, and he ain't even from London.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows the influence that he had on his peers at that time. Um, so I got to go with Slick Rick, and then I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Busy Bone in the Midwest.
Mm.
Everybody
Yeah.
was rapping fast. They had the people rapping fast and all that, but he put a twist on it. He wasn't just, Twister was fire. We know Twister was fire. Twister is crazy. He was doing it straight, but Busy put that flow on it. He put a twist on it. He put the melody to it. I know the whole Bone did, but Busy just sticks out to me. Busy Bone was he has a different kind of he has a different energy that I gravitate to. Busy Bone for sure. And I mean, the whole Bone, I got love for the whole Bone, but like I said, I feel like Busy Bone is the energy when it comes to that group. He's like, to me, he's the spearhead to me. Um, and then we got Pac. And I say Pac because you can say he's international because he made he made two coasts fall in love with him.
Mm.
We got the drama with Biggie and all that, but outside of that, he do got the biggest misconception is that he don't got love on the East Coast, and that's a lie. Because a lot of like I love Tupac, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like Tupac, his influence on the country, on the nation was something different. Even Pimp C said, if you didn't like Tupac, he don't like you. If anybody had a problem with Tupac, Pimp C don't even like him. So that just show you his influence. He can rap. He got a song Smile with Scarface. That's
Yep.
a classic. And they got crazy on it. They downplay his pen game. They act like he just give you feeling music. But one thing about Pop that nobody notices that he do got a pen. And I think I heard Cassidy say this. He just don't emphasize the highlight of the rhyme. Like he don't lyrical, but he's saying stuff that's cold. He just casually says some hard stuff.
Right.
He raps like Martin Luther King.
He does. He does.
You could tell where he got his oracle influence. It wasn't from
Yes.
people of his age group that would be in their 50s if they were still alive. A lot of them were influenced. If it wasn't like a Rakim or a Big Daddy Kane or Cool G Rap before, other than those three, no one was really rapping with those like compound syllables. It was more like Curtis Blow. I went to the mall and then to the
Right.
park and then
Yeah,
I got late.
he was doing
He was
multi-syllables
rapping,
back then.
yeah, but he was rapping, but then Black Queen Mama,
Yeah,
always, even as a
yeah.
crack fiend,
You can hear the
he's like,
pain.
you felt, yeah,
You can hear the pain and the frustration and it was coming from how he grew up. He carried a lot of his mother's pain, and he just cared for his people. He was a definition of somebody who really loved his people. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear it like you said, the tone in which he spoke. He was, yes, sir. Man, Pac can make you, yes, sir. It's real. It's real when my people walking by this, gets hand in conversation. Yeah. So it was the pain in Tupac voice, man. And that when you hear pain like that, it comes from really caring and having compassion, but also having that rebellious mentality of F that, like this gotta stop. Like we ain't taking it no more. So and then for the whole California, like you were saying, like is he from Cali or is he not? Yeah, you can't tell people in LA he ain't from LA. You know what I
oh,
mean?
they claim
They
him,
they claiming him, they claim him like he is.
They
So
claim
even
him.
though he claimed the Bay. That's the funny thing.
definitely
LA
claim
be trying to take him.
yeah, but
He
he
represented the Bay.
definitely 40 was his guy. Richie Rich, those was his
Yeah,
people. Those is who he was really running with. So yeah, Tupac, man, his universal influence, man, you could put him on any post and he was gonna be who he was. He
Hmm.
just had that. He gravitated the whole country, every region of rap, from the Midwest to the West to the East to the South. Everybody loved Pac because his message was universal. Everybody was going through. Some people just rap about what they got going on in the area, but with his message was everybody felt it because everybody was going through it everywhere. So Tupac, that was my who was it? He was my third.
yeah.
And then on the fourth, my fourth one would have to be he just out of this just for somebody that's just anywhere. I would have to go with. This is a tough one. That's a tough one, bro. The fourth one is tough. The fourth one is tough, bro. Um, Yeesh, I don't even know if I got a 4 for that because it's like, let me see. I would go with Bone as a group. I would go with Bone. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though I said Busy Bone, because I keep Busy is his separate. He got his. He's so powerful. But Bone is a group because when they came out, they gave us a different story that we really at the time when they came out, there was nothing like them.
No.
There was nobody like NWA when they came out. It was something totally different. It was a new wave. They didn't copy anybody. They had their own language. They had, even though they was from the Midwest, a lot of people thought they was from the West Coast.
Yeah, they
You
dressed.
know,
Yeah, they had Easy
the
E
way
in
they
the
dressed.
video and the way they dress.
Mm-hmm.
And their influence was unreal. And then they got songs with Phil Collins, like you said, somebody internationally. You got somebody like Phil Collins that let them do the song over, but then get in the song with them. They didn't
And did
just
the
sample them.
video.
They did the video. He didn't. They didn't just sample them. He performed in the video with them. That goes a lot. That shows. And you got to think, people that artists like Phil Collins, who's like a global icon, for somebody like him to go, I'm gonna get in this and do this with y'all. That shows the respect that he had for what
Mm-hmm.
they were doing. So
Yeah.
it got to be
Ultimate.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. They don't get enough credit at all. I feel like they don't get no credit at all, bro. And it came out of the tree of Easy E, and they are a legendary group. They need to get way more credit than they get. I mean, Wu Tang is my number one forever group wise, but we got to start putting some respect on Bone Thugs and Harmony name. Somebody need to do a story about them, a documentary or a movie or something to show their journey, because them guys, man, they were cold and they came in the game and it was already flooded when they
Mm-hmm.
got here,
Oh yeah.
and they
If
made
we're
their mark.
talking groups, their top five. If they're not in your
Yeah,
top five, then your list is faulty. Your
yeah, you
list is
tripping,
faulty.
you bugging, and so yeah, Bone Thugs and Harmony, man, that'd be my 4, man, because they were incredible, man, and they get shortchanged like crazy, and it's really crazy. Like somebody need to do a movie. They need a movie. Like real talk,
It's
Bone
about
Thugs and
time.
Harmony need a movie. They need a movie, bro. Like they are movie
Yeah.
worthy. Their
It's
story,
about time.
their
Mm-hmm.
individual struggles and how they got together and how they all can rap. They all rap fast, but they all got their own style though. None of them,
Yeah.
Lazy Bone don't sound like Busy and Crazy Bone. None of them sound the same. They all have their
No.
own lane, but they got the same flow, but they got different lanes that they are in with their flow. So yeah, it's
And
Bone, man. Salute the Bone
crazy
Thugs
was
and Harmony.
crazy.
Salute to them,
Shout
man.
out.
Let's give them some love, man, for real.
Absolutely. So if I'm doing international, of course Slick Rick can't can't go wrong with Slick Rick. He is the father of so many style. You mentioned Dana Dane, just direct photocopy my man's style. His work with Dougie Fresh, probably the number one party anthem in hip hop with those guys. The way he's influenced the storytelling, he's influenced Outkast all the way down the south. Listen to the artist storytelling with Slick Rick and Outkast, and you can hear the influence. Biggie, all these people influence, and then 60 years old, still dropping stuff. It's crazy. So you got to put Slick. I got to go, and I really hate saying it because I've never been a fan personally, but men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You got to put Drake up there. A lot of artists get help in the studio. A lot of artists have ghostwriters. It doesn't take necessarily away from their ability. I just can't say that you're a lyricist if you have help. Kanye don't write his stuff, as Puff said, don't worry if I write rhymes or write checks, but there's other things. You got to have the voice. You got to have it's things that go into making a star. And he's written for others. And like Kendrick said, I like Drake with the melodies. If Drake didn't try any of the gangster stuff and just did like music for bitches and fucking bitches, I would be like, I love this guy. He's great. He'd be the Weeknd. That's what he would be. He could have been the Weeknd, but he for some reason he also wants to be a gangster, and I can't respect that. But I got to put Drake up there. Number 3, when you're talking about international icons, and who had a chokehold. They're from the Midwest, I believe. No, they're from New Jersey, actually. But I gotta say, Naughty by Nature.
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature had a chokehold.
Yes. Yes.
You talk about if you have one hit, you can eat off that for the rest of your life. These guys had summers and created the hip hop anthem single handedly. There were no anthems before Naughty by Nature.
Right.
And like the branding, that logo, the boxer shorts, the baseball bat, like they were ahead of their time. If they would have came out like in 2010, oh my God, hip hop wasn't quite ready for, and it was an infant art form, so it was very young. So we used to eat it. Oh, they didn't pop, they sold out. No, they're becoming global icons.
Yep.
And we didn't support that. Now we support it. Now we're like, yeah, black billionaire, hip hop billionaire. They could have been hip hop billionaires if they would have came out in 2010.
Easy.
So I got to put 90 by Nature up there. And then my number 4, we got Drake, we got Naughty by Nature. I got to put in there, it's an artist from London called Skepta.
Artist kept, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he is literally all that that you hear, that it's him. It's him from London, and it was different. It was a grime hip hop, but it's different. So that would be my 4 international / not East, not West, not South.
All right. For my I'm gonna do Midwest. For my Midwest, my number 1 will be Tech 9. Independent his whole entire career and got the love of the entire hip hop community. One of the best as far as like clear chopper, like him. It was between him and Twista. It's dope as fuck. 2, I'm gonna put Nelly in there as far as Midwest. His record speaks for itself. Not it speaks for itself. 3, Jesus, and this is like worldwide too. I like Eminem is there. M is there. And then the 4th, let me think. Jesus Christ. Damn. I would have to put Ye in the Midwest. But hold on, before I say Ye, we talking about the beginning. Not we ain't talking about Ye now, or like beginning.
You talking about Kanye, not
you talking about Kanye. You talking about college dropout, late registration, graduation Kanye.
Yeah,
like, I can't put him as like after Yeezus. I can't fuck with after Yeezus.
The teddy bear logo.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if that's that Kanye, yes.
Follow up to Kanye.
And then let me see, for my honorable mention as far as the Midwest, Freddie Gibbs, because he's from Indiana.
Okay.
You can consider that the Midwest. So Freddie Gibbs is there. Freddie, and that nigga, that I can't say anything he has done has been weak. Because
Alfredo too, streaming right now.
Nice. Pinata, Alfredo 1 and 2. Yeah, like he's on the run right now.
Phenomenal. Well, Kings, man, this has been a pleasure. We gave these people exercise. We gave y'all a movie. these are hip hop historians right here. I have to invite you guys back right now.
Anytime,
You know,
anytime, brother.
I want both of y'all up there, so we gonna link schedules, and of course, hopefully I can be a guest on one of y'all.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you definitely gonna definitely. I want
just
to let you know. Want you on my? I want you to come up there on my show as well, man. I'm about to start the podcast very soon. I want you to definitely be a guest up there more than once, and
let,
as long as definitely Petty as well. He already know. We
Oh yeah.
definitely got to
yeah,
do a lot more together, man. We definitely
let me
do.
know. I love it, man. I love this, seeing uh, just these kings that I know grow up, going out there. Ain't nobody slanging, banging, no, everybody doing their thing, and it just makes me so proud and honored to share the stage with you, kings. So anytime, anything I can do, you know what it is. It's love. Just hit me up, and I'm there.
Yeah.
But I want to give y'all a moment to just give your social media one more time for the people listening and the people watching on YouTube, so we can make sure that we just spread this love. So, Will, please go first, let the people know where they can find you, and whatever you want to show love that you got going on next. To talk about the new podcast. The floor is yours.
Appreciate you, man. First of all, thanks for letting me come on the show, man. It was an honor to
Of
share this
course.
platform with you to be on your show, man. You got a great show going on, man. And I had fun. I enjoyed myself today, bro. For real, man. This was dope.
Thank you. That's
Real
love.
dope. Keep winning, brother. Anything I can do to support you. I'm here. I got you, bro. I'm gonna support you. We gotta keep it pushing, man. For
Locked
sure.
in.
And you can find me on TikTok. I'm gonna be real active on TikTok. I'm gonna start doing a lot more videos up there. I just started getting a little momentum up there. On TikTok, you can find me as Real Spill Will. On Instagram, Real Spill Will still, because my first account got hacked, so had to put the still at the end. And then you can also go to my other channel with me and my co-host on my show on Afro Vibes Radio TV called What We Talking About. You can go to my What We Talking About page on Instagram as well and find me up there. And on YouTube, you can find me on Real Spill Will TV. My logo will be on the left side, so you'll know that it's me. Um, and then once again, me and Petty, we got our Real Petty Spill show we do that we need to we're gonna get back more acclimated to. We both be busy, but we know everybody's been really asking for it and they love when we do it. So we're gonna get on that and we're gonna get you on that show as well too, brother. Get you up
I'm
there with
there.
us. Got so much content, so many different topics we could talk about. So I really want to make sure that by the end of this year and the beginning of next year that we really, all three of us, we pushing each other and we helping each other um with more content, content as possible, and we just keep flooding the internet on all platforms with content, man. I had a ball, man, and this is my first time on your show, man. But like I said, I ain't had this much fun in a while, man. So it was a pleasure, brother.
Absolutely. Petty, please close us out.
All right. You can find me on the Ill Vision Network on YouTube. You can find me on Snapchat, Grown and Petty 44. You can find me on Facebook, John Leggett. You can find me on TikTok, King Petty John, and you can find me on IG on King Petty John. New episodes of Power Petty coming out, and new episodes of Petty Conversations coming out real soon.
Absolutely. You know who it is. It's your boy Mars. You're looking at the Mars Media Network right now. If you're looking at us visually on YouTube, if you're listening where you listen to podcasts, make sure to leave us a like, a comment, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so when that new content drops, you'll be the first to consume it. We have giveaways, we have a lot of fun things, and of course, we show that love to the independent hustlers and people that love music, people that create content creators and divine interventionists. We're all giving that love to. Also, want to make sure that y'all check out for 2 new albums that should be dropping. All You Needs, Long Live the Righteous should be dropping anytime. Just keep your eye out on your streaming platforms. And of course, Raps by my man Johnny Raps should be dropping this Tuesday. Has production from Dre Hayes and Cortex on Holland Jungle. And of course, check out his past catalog, Part-Time Rapper, Baps, and
Old Dirty Cracker.
Old Dirty Cracker, produced by yours exclusively. Also, if you like the beats that you hear on Old Dirty Cracker and you are a artist, I make beats, I sell beats. I now have my page up. So more information coming there, more music coming as well. And also our label. We should be dropping in the first quarter of 2026 with our first compilation album, Real Don't Die Records. And we've been working on that for a long time. So got a lot of good stuff coming up. And other than that, man, I want to thank Will. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, we are going to link in, lock up 2025 to 2026, continuing on. If you need me, brother, I'm there. We'll make sure you guys follow. Petty, of course, you know what it is. Should be, I got 2 weeks off in September. So you should see your boy in Vegas very soon towards the end of the month for a big birthday coming up for somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah, because come mid-October, you'll see me back in Seattle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be out there in Seattle to see you and your brother as well. And because I got some time off in December. So I'm going to link up with you, make some content, and I should be out there in Houston too. So I'll get your information so we can link up, dinner on me. Absolutely. So guys, thank y'all for tuning in for the supersized episode of Down in the Den. When you got this many masterminds, we had to give it to you raw. We had to give it to you long core, but you like it like that. It's your boy Mars signing off for King Petty, signing out for Will. It's a wonderful day in your neighborhood. Peace, love, unity, and respect. We out this piece. Deuces.